Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. I'm back at it again, folks. It's a Tuesday night here at the Roxanne for Life Network, and we got NXT, the go-home show for Stand and Deliver. It's going to be a fun one, folks. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into as WrestleMania week rolls on. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Roxanne for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you NXT tonight, the go-home show for Stand and Deliver. It's going to be fun. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into, lots to figure out, a couple number one contenders matches, more qualifying matches. What will Stand and Deliver look like when we leave here tonight? We will find out together. Me and that pretty face got you for the next couple hours. So I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You're doing well. You're feeling good. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Click all the buttons. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the WFU, the Roxanne for Life Network. And I see that chat filling up already. We will get to everybody. But without further ado, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, my guy, you mentioned it very much. We're going to get kind of really the foundation, the full build out of Stand and Deliver after tonight. We did our predictions, and we still had like 2 or 3 matches that it's like TBD.
Yeah, I mean, we only had the 3 matches to talk about on our preview show. We know that there's going to be the Fatal 4-Way. We know that Julia's back. We know there will be a ladder match. We still don't know all the names in it yet, even though I already kind of have my pick for that match. And we know we're going to get a North American title match as well. We will figure out who's going to battle for that tonight. And again, we get a parking lot brawl tonight between the Death State, Dark State and Death State, Dark State and the family. That shall be interesting. We always warn people to be careful in the NXT parking lot, Nick. So again, lots brewing tonight.
Yeah, well, and we could also, there's been the rumor of, is there someone else that's not currently with Dark State that might be involved? We had Stacks kind of talking to him. You've alluded to maybe it's Javon, and that's what helps him secure a win over Oba and Trick.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be very interesting in the sense of if Javon has a hope of beating somebody like our buddy Oba, well, then having 4 friends might be the answer, because one-on-one, we know how this looks.
Right. Well, and 2, you mentioned about the parking lot brawl of we're already the first kind of feud for Dark State is the family. Could that be because Stacks is, tired of being the underboss, tired of being ignored by Tony? I can outrun this family too. Now I'm going to build my own family with blackjack and words I can't say this early in the stream.
Right. I do think that they've been teasing, they've been pushing, they've given us the feeling that there is going to be some type of change within the family. I mean, we feel like Stacks is pushing away. We've seen static. We've seen issues. Tony was one of those guys that, could he go to the main roster? Would he keep the same gimmick? Would there be an augmentation to it? Does it translate to the main roster? But I mean, ultimately, the family seems like they're not at their best, especially since Tony D dropped that title. So yeah, tonight's going to be very interesting. Do they all just turn around and jump Tony and that's the whole match? Like, who knows? And I know you're not a big fan of the Dark State quite yet.
No, boo.
We'll see tonight what they look like tonight in this this schmoz we're about to get.
Should they get the win? They should get the win, honestly, with this. I know I'm picking against my Paisan, but they should get the win because this is their first kind of real match. They already got jobbed out by Javon, Trick, and Oba. So
yeah, I mean, again, I think they have an opportunity here to kind of, look strong. I think especially if they're having an issue between Tony and Stacks. Yeah, I think absolutely for sure that's where they get a win. They need it. I mean, I said they haven't got out of the gate yet. We got to make sure they look good coming out of the gate. I didn't mind how last week played out because of the circumstances. But,
right.
We're still kind of – I'm playing the wait-and-see game with these guys.
Fair enough. Well, should we say hi to the people that have already been playing the wait and see game?
Yeah, we got like 6.5 minutes if we fire through a bunch of these. But Maggie was the first one in the chat tonight. Eric, I see you. Damian, Bud, Kevin, TJ, Dro, Denisha, welcome back. The Yeet God, Sean, Richard, Alexis, Paul. How you doing? How you doing? Richard, got you again. Kevin, good to see you. Kiwan, Dennis, Roman, MDB, the champ is here. The man that's going to have to start defending that title very soon. Undecided soon, but
undecided as far as tomorrow. Yeah,
it might be tomorrow, but that belt will be on the line all week long, folks. If you want to be our predictions champion, get in that chat for all the fun. Make sure you're here for the pay-per-views. The pre-show will offer you bonus points, so make sure you're a part of all that fun.
Right.
How you doing? How you doing? Ghouls from across the pond. How you doing?
Mrs. Box.
Mrs. Boggs, I hope you are doing well, and we mean that with all the utmost respects. But yes, big fan of the channel. We're a big fan of Ghouls and the Box. So shout out to our buddy Geek Box. If you haven't seen the interviews yet, make sure you do so. Go give our buddy Geek Box some love. But OG Dale's in the house. We got MDB over on Twitch. Don't forget, folks, we are Twitchers. As we sit at a humble 54 followers over on Twitch, trying to get to 100. Nick, I'm not sure what names you see. I see Paul.
I was just popping over Bud Lightyear, I think is the new name, but I like now that it's we got all the vitamin pun names now.
Right.
We got Stoner Jesus, we got Bud Lightyear, all of that.
That sounds like a good strain of vitamins. The Bud Lightyear.
Facts. I got 316. Well, you can read the name, but you see who it is.
Brother Fluff Salisbury. How you doing, buddy?
RM, what up? OG Dale, the TLD, back in the 1, 2, 3. How you doing?
What up, buddy?
Bradley, hello, everybody. KJ and Nick, did you see my message on Discord regarding tomorrow's new start time for WWE ID Championship Tournament?
I did not.
I saw it and I didn't fully understand it because when I went to Trailer, all due respect, Bradley, I did see it. But when I went to Trailer earlier today, it was still had the start time for 7. So
gonna look at the live schedule right now just to be safe. But yeah, last time I checked, 7 p.m. tomorrow is when it is listed to go live on Triller. So until that officially changes, now we saw this with other shows and the dirt sheets got it wrong. So we're gonna trust the provider for now.
Yeah, well, I think it was Bradley. I think that it said that it went back like an hour or something, but that might be wrong.
6 o'clock. All right. Yay!
No, not up, back.
Okay, that's okay though, because then I'm okay with that a little bit. Ghoul saying, giving us more love. We appreciate that. We really do. Wrestling Proud. Again, Bud Lightyear, love the name. Sin Rock, just in case we didn't say hello. 316. What do you think about Mariah May joining? How do you feel about this? We got like 3 minutes, so we got to make it quick.
I don't know when her contract's up, and I think a lot of people are crashing out online about it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
The crashing out's always fun. I love it. I honestly think the minute I read it, I was like, oh no, because I feel like when this story or these stories come out super early, they tend to be more likely to be bullshit. So I hesitate to kind of like, oh, but I think Mariah May is a talent. I think Mariah May is somebody you can do something with. I did see people like, clickbaiting everybody with this idea that it went from Mariah May is going to join the WWE or is interested. Now, this is just based on the fact that apparently some of her friends, again, these reliable sources that some of these people come up with, she had said, ultimately, I'd love to be in the WWE. Again, I'm sure a lot of the wrestlers said that. That is the big leagues. That is where a lot of these wrestlers grew up wanting to work.
It's a slow-ass news day to me because the most I saw about this was that quote that you said, which was from a older interview. I think it was even an interview from before she was with AEW.
Okay.
And people posting pictures of when she went to WrestleMania 32 in Dallas before, again, she was signed with AEW. Mm-hmm. We don't know when her contract's up. I don't care if she wants to go there, whatever. Good for her. Right now, what's she doing in AEW?
Right.
My thing is just, I'm laughing at all the people just crashing out over this.
Like, it's crazy.
Sky is falling, that they, she's a traitor already, even though she's not left. She's not done anything. Just the stories come out, but she's a traitor. We hate her. Oh, it's not a fumble.
Crazy.
This time, if she goes from AEW to WWE,
See, the Fed just needs all the dub talent because, without them, they'd be shit. Like, I had to remind someone yesterday, like, none of these talents are really quote unquote AEW talent. There's a couple there that you would say, yeah, that's an AEW guy. But a lot of these people came from other places because they had to. They're young. So they don't have a whole lot of their guys yet. But nonetheless, Ronnie, welcome back. Give us a like. Everyone go give us a like as we want to see triple digits in the chat. We want to see triple digits on the thumbs. And we got a little bit of work to do here on a Tuesday. Why not tomorrow? I'm not sure what's up there. Kickbox, the other half. The Platinum Edition. I like it. Love it. Hope you're good, boys. Always good, sir. How you doing?
Absolutely. Well, and we're into night 2 Electric Boogaloo of the WrestleMania week here. So we're surviving pretty well. It's about Thursday, Friday when things might get a little hairy. We're watching 4 shows at one time and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're gonna require a lot of cooperation from the chat as far as what we click on. We also going to need some help as far as what the hell just happened on that screen. I have no idea.
We're going to have like designated shows per host of. All right, KJ, back to you with the GCW report.
Right, Brandon, how you doing? ABJ's back with us. What's going on? Geekbox got you shouting out Kevin. Love it. I don't know if you see any other ones. Roll Tides in the house. Jose. Yeah, no.
I just saw C Money right above that. I'm saying Sky Blue is falling.
Sky
Blue is falling.
I mean, again, here's my concern, and we got about 10 seconds. We've talked about this for a long time. So the fact that people online now feel like they're catching up, and we're not the only ones that have said it, but we've been saying it live for a long time of this mass exodus could be a thing. And the dub has the money to just go, yeah, we'll take you and you and you and you. And people can say whatever they want. They can change their mind. I wonder if people go back through their feeds and like delete the old ones where they're like, Mariah May's the best. She's the saving women's wrestling, to like now where they're like, eh.
Can confirm, does happen. Can confirm, does happen.
Delete it or just leave it up. Like I changed my mind.
Right. But Maddie, real quick, with a $2 super chat. I've still got a commercial, but saying, smoke it, smoke the grass, smoke the vitamins. Oh, I have. Ronnie, we'll get back to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, Nick and I are going to sync up. You can do the same at home as I'm on now as soon as you get there, sir.
Now, yeah, we're like, should be good. No, just let me get forever. I got forever right now.
Forever. So a hiccup.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you can sync up, play along at home. We are about to go live with NXT, and we are all together.
Yes.
So maybe another little.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I literally just tried to pause and skip you back like 10 seconds. So it worked out perfectly.
Live technology, folks. We love it. And again, we got you for the next couple hours here, live from Orlando, Florida. The last NXT before Stand and Deliver. I will take a second to quickly remind you, as you see on the screen, we are here live for Stand and Deliver. We're actually here before it. As we go live at noon on Saturday, the Mania Marathon kicks off. We can't wait. A jam-packed day. We know we start at noon. We don't know when we're going home, but we will be here for all the action. We will be here for all the shows, and we will be here for bonus stuff, extra coverage, games, fun, prizes, a whole bunch of stuff. Be here as Eddie Thorpe already in the ring.
Right. Thank you, Maddie, for the $2 super chat. But yeah, we're already kicking it off. Now we've got Ricky States is going to be on commentary. But yeah, we're already kicking it off with the Fatal 4-Way for the North American title or the number one contendership.
As here comes Ricky Starks. I will say this out loud, and I mean it. His music in AEW was better, but this isn't bad.
Fair enough. I would still say his music in AEW was better. My question, I saw this video pop up on my timeline of some other content creator put out there. Have wrestling Titantrons just gotten progressively worse? Like, remember when you actually would watch the video and everything? Everyone remembers like the cops running and the DX flashing and everything. Now you just get their name and insert.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, and you just get their name and then insert background.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I don't know if it's a byproduct of just now that it's not a priority for them. It doesn't matter the way it used to, but ultimately, I would say they are far less creative than they used to be.
Absolutely. But so Folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking
I am.
Eddie Thorpe, Lexus King, Wesley, or Ethan Page, who might end up being potentially double champ if he wins this, beats Ricky Saints, and then goes on and beats Joe Hendry. Champ.
Champ Page could be a thing. I like Ethan Page. I like what he's been able to do since getting free from AEW. And as we move forward, I mean, we can talk all about the Tony fumble things. I will say this, Nick, not every guy or girl that leaves AEW is a fumble, right? Like, no one's going to accuse Tony of fumbling Big Swole.
Well, that's a whole, that's interesting. You picked that name, but
I didn't think of anyone else.
Fair enough. Well, no, to me, there's reports going around about Abaddon and Camarato, Damarato, Nosferatu.
You know what's weird? That came out like 2 months
That's
ago.
old, yeah. I remember we talked about that like 2 months ago, and then now it's back around.
Like, oh, by the way, this happened. We're like, we know.
Slow news day again. But no, I would say that not everybody that leaves another company or gets released from another company is a fumble. Right. Regardless of the company. Not everybody's a fumble. Sometimes it actually works out for much better the fold. We've seen it with Macklin and TNA. Prime example.
I don't think Lexus King is a fumble.
No, it's more of a lateral.
Yeah. Like, again, I mean, it's no different than you trade a guy in his second, third year and he blossoms into something you didn't really see. You know, it's easy to pull it down. Like, I don't think Wesley jumping over Lexus, but he is not a fumble. I think for the fans out there, the fumble is when there's someone with a great deal of potential that they don't reach. Like, I could argue that Tony didn't really fumble Mariah May because she was world champion. Now the argument they could have done more, they could have done better. But she still, he gave her the push and love. If she ultimately works her deal and moves on, maybe not a fumble. Ethan Page, a fumble.
I would say a fumble he's got a 2 count. A fumble to me is when you have a talent that is already like a viable talent within your organization and you let them walk, you trade them, you let them go, what have you, and they still continue to be as good, if not better, than where they were when you had them.
Well, again, I would argue Ethan Page, probably a fumble. Ricky Stark's definitely a fumble because we felt like his talent was never tapped. Technically, CM Punk, their biggest fumble because of what he brought to the table, what he's currently bringing to the table. I mean, if he was listed as the main event of All In July, you're selling tickets. No doubt. So, I mean, again, just I see this debate online, but there is a difference between they do this spot way too much now.
Yeah, but it's the super destroyer spot there in the corner. But yeah, you nailed it. They do it far too often.
Phony tumbled.
What is the Wrestling for Life Network gymnastics class? Phony tumbled.
Welcome back, Mr. Noob. And just echoing my sentiment. Again, I just know it's so easy for the fans, and this is so we can show we don't just go one direction. I mean, it's not fair to say every person that leaves AEW is a fumble. Some things, like if Jericho was to leave, it's not a fumble. It's not a fumble.
Well, if we're going to go in reverse order, I would say that Swerve's a fumble from WWE.
Yes. Swerve and Tony. I mean, again, we can't really hang it on this group, but no doubt, I think those two are a fumble. I think in the beginning, maybe not so much now, but FTR was a bit of a fumble because of all they could have done and didn't do. Unfortunately, they're a bit parallel to what they used to be.
Right. As we got to get to this as the match is still rolling on. But Spaz, thank you for the $10 super chat. K to the 1 to the 3 to the J Fabe. Sliggy Tricky Nick with the sticky. Want to hear me all stumble bumble Jones because I got no co-host. The Unbreakable preview up now. I plugged you. Pause. Spaz, you know why I appreciate you? Because you remind me so much before when I was in the chat, when I would harass this man and everything, of just basically dropping a hot 16 in every comment.
Oh! Eddie into Ricky. But Ricky's mad at Ethan. At least
disqualification, ref. Right in front of the ref.
No DQ, bro.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn fatal four-way super ass rules.
All these rules.
So many rules.
Right? Quick in the fish tank. But Ricky getting chucked from ringside, bro. Let's
Fair
go.
enough. Well, and the big confrontation here that's pointing out is him and Ethan Page. So that's, I think, spoiler alert for what's going to be the end result here.
Yeah, I mean, a very good bet. Ricky now involved. Yeah, Ricky getting chucked from ringside as we go into the first commercial break. I'm not sure if you're getting picture-in-picture or commercial.
Commercial, straight commercial right now.
Wow. So I'm back to the action. Eddie and Ethan are in the ring. What's up, Resident Evil AMC? I feel like that's a name I haven't seen in a hot minute.
Oh, been a minute.
Taylor.
No, I was just saying that Resident Evil's name from a bygone era, I feel, on the channel.
Absolutely. Welcome back. But
Taylor, what up?
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
big chop from Lexus, who's back in the ring, getting chopped back.
I thought I saw. Never mind. I thought I saw someone in here. Well, we got Antoine. I thought I saw someone with the name Snake in there. I could be wrong. But Antoine, why they have him interrupt that makes him look razzled by Ethan and weak. No. I mean, if you have someone get thrown into your lap, you're going to respond. You're not just going to be like, "Pardon me, I believe you're in my lap, sir."
Right. Yeah. And I think that razzled is correct, Antone. Yeah, he was definitely rattled. Ethan's getting under his skin. Ethan being that prickish heel, to me, it works perfectly. There's no part of that makes Ricky look weak. It actually is the fans sympathizing with Ricky because now they're mad that their favorite guy, the champion, got booted out unjustly.
Right. And see, I wasn't losing my mind. It's not too many vitamins. There is a snake in here. But saying Tony chose Jungle Boy over CM Punk, let that sink in.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Again, I think that's Tony. I said this before, Nick. He seems like a super nice guy, but I think he thinks with his heart, not his brain, or at the max. But I mean, you choose the Bucks over Punk, you choose Jungle Boy over Punk, you choose Guevara over Andrade,
I think it was at this point, though. I think it was the best case scenario because I don't think that Punk still in that company would be anywhere. Like, I don't think that would have still ever ended good. That had no good outcome.
Yeah. Oh, so we got a three-way choke going on. Now Eddie's here. Everyone's checked. Lexus being choked by Wes being choked by Ethan being choked by Eddie. There you go.
Kinky.
What do you think about the rumors about Britt Baker potentially being at Stand and Deliver or Mania?
Again, we have no idea when these people contracts are up. I feel like most of them. Maria May, I feel like allegedly a 2-year deal. So I feel like she's sooner and closer. I feel like Britt Baker is one of those that probably has like a 5-year deal or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The story quickly progressed to Mariah May asked to leave. And I don't believe that to be true. And again, I'm not really even sure where this story came out from. Like, it's just
probably Dave. I think that's the thing is it feels like the telephone game. And when you got that big ass, still damn near landline phone from Dave.
Yeah, and if it originally originated from Uncle Dave, he has a bad habit of doing this, especially around like big like events, like when it's time for Rumble or time for whatever. Dave kind of starts throwing dumb shit out, and then what happens is, let's say Mariah May goes back, his new story will be she chose AEW over WWE. Like a win, we got a W that you created in your own mind.
The same people that are crashing out over this whole Mariah May thing are the same people that crashed out over the Stephanie Vacour story and everything.
Yeah, I don't get the crashing out part, but wait. Oh,
Eddie dragging out Wesley. Oh, we're double submission on Lexus. Lexus is here to take the pinfall, respectfully.
No, Lexus can't tap out to this. Come on.
Does he tap? No, and then you got. Oh, Wesley slapped in him. Stop it.
All right.
You will not tap.
Good start. Good energy in the fatal four-way, folks. I didn't even check the chat. Let's see, Nick, real quick. Eddie got 19. Wes got 19. Page 57. Evans, who's not in the match, 6. I didn't even get called out.
I can't remember. I was gonna say I don't know who Wes was, who Evans would have replaced.
What name did I miss? King?
No, you said Ethan was 57.
I didn't
put King.
I didn't put King in.
Yes, he clearly then taking the pinfall. So inconsiderate, insufficient, insignificant into this match. Doesn't even make the poll.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, again, the funny part is Javon gets 6% of the vote, and he's not even in the match. Oh,
damn. Oh, cover.
Holy shit. Everybody down.
Right.
That was really cool. Fun spot.
Yes, I saw you, Rapunzel. I don't know if anyone else is having that issue. Clearly, you've got it on Netflix. I have it on the CW on YouTube TV, but I guess he's preempted by the Mets versus the Twins when it comes to watching NXT.
Well, that's lame. Nobody wants to watch the Mets.
The fucking Mets.
All right, we got Ethan West throwing bombs.
MDB pointing out KJ finally noticed.
Usually y'all call me out super quick when we do something like that. So I was shocked. I didn't see anybody in the he's not in here.
They were just like, he's gonna lose either way. Yeah, so you can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Nobody in the chat even know it's King. We didn't even think about it.
Right.
But Wesley to the top. Lex is chucking West. Good match.
Are you surprised this started the show?
No.
Swanton. Oh. Eddie with the big elbow to break up the pin.
Is Eddie going to do it? No way.
Oh, I feel like Eddie versus Lexus is the feud coming off of this. Meteora from West on a Lexus breaks it up.
Ethan's going to feel that one tomorrow. Neck breaker. All ego. All ego. Let's go. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Your new number one contender, folks.
And that's going to be a hell of a match. Hey, well, yeah, your beard's somehow tripping it out.
Yes. All of a sudden, like one day it just decides to do.
Now you have to try and beat the AI allegations, or as Linda McMahon says, the A1 allegations.
The A1 allegations.
The steak sauce case. But it's going to be interesting. We're almost going to get double dip, triple dip of AEW here. We're going to get Wednesday with Spring Breaking, Thursday with Collision, Spring Breaking, and now we got Stand and Deliver. We got Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page.
Right.
I feel like I've seen that match a time or two in another universe.
Let's go. A really good match to start the show, folks. Ethan Page becomes the number one contender. Ethan versus Ricky should bang. It really should bang.
Absolutely. Oh, I think that's arguably could be match of the night.
Yeah. A lot of potential.
Well, because going through what would be on Stand and Deliver, Oba, Trick, Javon, good match. I don't know if it'd be match of the night. Saints versus Page, probably coulda, shoulda, woulda. Fraser and Axiom versus the tag team, depends on the tag team.
True.
A fatal four-way, maybe. But again, you've got a lot of moving parts, so that could detract.
Yeah.
The ladder match could just be that just because it's a spot.
Oh, wait. Saints! We got Saints! Oh, and the Saints.
Bro, get out of my head. Literally, as you were saying it, I was thinking it.
Right. Nisha, thank you so much for that super chat. Stand and Deliver this Saturday. Ricky Starks, Ethan Page. Ricky looking strong.
Absolutely. You want to read that one or you want me to read that one?
Go ahead. Shoot.
KJ, when Dave Meltzer talking about AW, he knows what talking about. He has access to, TK more than WWE. Think Mariah May and Dr. Britt Baker out of AW when contract is up.
There is a level of truth to that, Nick. I mean, I would agree with Denisha in the sense of we know that Meltzer has connections within. Oh, look at this. Jordan Grace.
This video package right now for Jordan Grace is great. They're going literally from her back on the indies.
Oh. When they start doing shit like this, I'm like, oh, is she going to win?
She's 100% going to win. She was the plan to win to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, you were saying though with Meltzer, yeah, he very much is tapped into the AEW pipeline. But even then, still, it's the telephone game. And Uncle Dave, we've seen, is not good at that. He's gotten more stories wrong than right. lately. Like he's got an 0 for batting average.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the stories again. He obviously he tries to always put that positive spin or shine on AEW's occurrences. WWE, he's just swinging at the fences again. A lot of these guys are picking up internet rumor and they turn it into a headline. Well, if 100 people think that this is going to happen, we'll turn it into a headline and get clicks on it, and we see it constantly. But yeah, Denisha, you're not wrong in the sense that he is probably for the worst for AEW. Like AEW should distance themselves as far as possible away from that man.
At a detriment to all parties involved. Dave Meltzer and Tony Khan are kindred spirits.
Right? As we got Taya and Valkyrie in the highlight package as Jordan Grace. This is really good. This is what you do to build somebody. This is what you do to hype somebody up. For those who don't truly know, this is a nice little history lesson as Jordan's going for that world title.
Right. What up? And this is very much allow me to reintroduce myself.
100%. Absolutely 100%. And I think, like I just said, you said Jordan was the plan for a long time. We thought that for a long time. But I think we get into the situation of, the new shiny toys. We kind of got distracted by some of the other names that popped up since Rumble. So here she is. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, they were trying to do something with this.
Well, it's because they took that convoluted route of where we've gotten to with this, of who's champion, who's not, all of that. As I'm in a commercial for Evolve. I don't know where you're at. But I've said it multiple times now. Of they took, they went around the block to cross the street with the whole Julia Stephanie thing. I think we were setting up for 2 separate matches. One was going to involve Jordan Say versus Julia for the NXT World Title, and now we're going to course correct. Now we're going to get back on track here.
Right. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Welcome back. Javon is with us. This is Kevin Knight. This is what Kevin Knight needs. You might have to give us some content.
No, Kevin Knight with AEW, of how he just showed up and just
like a package. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we've talked about that before. And I mean, I think AEW has been guilty of just expecting the fans to know or figure it out. Well, I mean, Ice Cube's kid, Mr. O'Shea Jr. was the perfect example of like, I'm just asking who they are and you're calling me stupid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, these packages really help and tell you why you should give a shit. Why should you not like this person? Why should you like this person? Great package for Jordan going into Stand and Deliver.
Right. Well, they did one for Mike Bailey and everything when it comes to AEW. Maybe I know who Kevin Knight is. A good chunk of us probably do, because we're the smart mark audience and everything. The casual viewership. This giant extra 500,000 that we just have in the closet that no one seems to know about. They might need to know who Kevin Knight is. But
like
that was fantastic. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish that thought.
No, I was just going to say that was so fantastic with Jordan, because it went all the way back to like her indie days of like when you're out there performing at a birthday party type of shit, and build all the way through of I have made myself to be the fucking juggernaut that I am.
No, 100%. I mean, again, I think it's important. Again, you buy into the people, you buy into the characters. I keep saying this and it sounds ridiculous, but I've been watching LFG, and anybody who's aspiring to be a wrestler, it is a great, like, even if you don't get entertained by like the bullshit drama and the made up stuff that's within that show, just the lessons. I saw an amazing tag match this week, but listening to Undertaker talk about the importance and what the focus is and what you're trying to accomplish, I think that's what you do in these moments is you create those characters, and that's where you start that's where you catch the audience and make them stand behind stuff.
This is where you learn the nuances and everything of it. I think you're probably referencing around the same clip that I've seen of Taker, to where he's even just breaking down of interrupting and barking back and forth in a tag match and everything. And you get the ref involved, and it's the subtle shit that makes people care despite all the goddamn moves and everything, because it's the nuances. And he even says, this is the art that we do.
That's it. Right. And then when you're not doing stuff like that, we talked about it a lot. Like, you're building that match towards the hot tag, as he explains, and you have that big moment. But when nobody tags in and out properly, or the ref's not involved and effective, again, it's just a series of really cool moves. And that's not insulting anybody out there. This isn't a matter of, well, I like what I like and you like what you like. No, this is basic. Like if you wanted to go be a chef, you got to go through culinary school. You got to learn the steps. You can't just say, well, you cook that your way, I cook it my way. There's a right way and a wrong way with certain things.
Cut to Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, my boy. Let's go. I'll let you have. Did you read this one already?
No, you pulled it up. I haven't read it, but Spaz, thank you for the $10 super chat. If 2 hours a week of mud in your eye has taken the tingle out of your wrestling dingle, you may be entitled to financial compensation. It's not too late. Call the law offices of Phoenix, and Phoenix. Steven, can we say hashtag Stephen Pinu, even though not sponsored?
Right. Hashtag not sponsored. Shout out Stephen Pinu and the offices of Phoenix, and Phoenix. Should have spelled Phoenix 3 different ways. Just saying.
Literally. I mean, Google search Ray Phoenix. You'll get 3 different versions of the word Phoenix.
Right. Her physique is great. She phenomenal. And they showed the history of her. Like she used to be a chubby bunny, right? She was had that cute kind of,
curvature. 100%.
I was like, shit, did I just put my foot in my mouth real quick? But no, again, she's worked really hard on it. I know times where like she got down to like 2% body fat and everyone was like, is she okay? But she's been competitive. She's a competitive athlete. And again, I think nobody's disappointed with the fact that she's here. It just feels like it's getting stacked on stacked on stacked. Like it's crazy right now in the wrestling world.
But that's the thing, though, is let's keep in mind, this is when you're going to have, you can only have, say, 53 men on the roster type of shit. So if we want everybody to sign everybody and everybody to play in free agency,
right,
some people need to also move in free agency that you may not want to move.
Yeah, like, I mean, again, people are going to have to get used to good wrestlers being lower on the card. You're just going to have to accept it because there's just not enough spots. There really is not enough spots.
Well, it's a wealth of riches. It's a wealth of riches.
There are going to be some cards on these shows, in all companies, where some really good talent is early.
Are we? And we got a shot of the strip and everything like that. Yes, we got a shot of me and KJ stripping. But is it that we're like halfway towards the Attitude Era and everything of like we've got top tier talent in the mid cards and everything? The only thing though that I think lacks is that everything had a story and felt great. Like we're kind of there. Like there's some stuff, and that's the thing is that right now it's give the talent. Like if you're going to have so and so be here, then give them a story that matters to like warrant them still being here.
Right, as we got Zarya, Sol Ruka, and Kalani on screen right now. Ariana's in the background. The North American qualifiers are coming up next to fill out the last 2 spots as KJ, Sol Ruka, Zarya, and who's the lady in the back?
Izzy.
Izzy.
Oh, you're feeling Izzy talking about Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy's back there. Izzy.
Oh, you're talking about in the way back, the Bratz doll, Nikita Lyons.
Is that JC? No, it wasn't that. They got so many. It's ridiculous.
But no, that's the thing is, again, it's a wealth of riches. And that's the thing is, I think some people be kind of mad because now we see all these programs you see evolve and you see the talent that they bring in, the WWE ID, now that they're getting into the indie game. Now the rich keep getting richer.
It's good times as Gigi and Tatum.
Who's now? But it's got to be Tatum in the match. Yeah. So Tatum taking on who? That's the. They just said we're going to have these matches. We don't know
what
who's in them.
Gigi. Gigi couldn't have a match.
No, I just saw that Tatum was in her attire. Trust me, I've been the Gigi advocate on this channel. Remember, I'm going down still with the ship of sitting there and saying when she took it out on JC that or when JC kicked her, of Marty just kicked Sean.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's been a rough couple years, my guy.
But I like what she's doing with Tatum, though. I do. And we haven't seen them a whole lot yet, but I like this vibe. And we haven't seen Shotzi in a hot minute. Like, did she get hurt again? Knock on wood.
No. Oh, so we got Lola. Her name was Lola at the Copa.
Dropped off.
Well, she tried to be a baby face and Crocodile teared her way to the fucking sidelines.
Yeah, Lola's been passed a little. She won the Breakouts tournament, like you said, had a bit of a weird babyface moment that didn't go so well.
Mhm.
I mean, she's still Lola. Lola.
She got passed by Jada though.
Jada for sure. Maybe a couple other. I mean, Jordan comes in, instantly, do not pass go, do not collect $100 or $200 on that one.
Yeah.
Again, I think Lola's got some work to do. And this is one of those examples of like now she's got a scratch and claw to get up to the top.
Right. But let us know, folks, who you taking, whether you're taking Lola or Tatum. As I saw JV in there, I saw John C. I see Baby Man Gaming point now almost to 7K subs. Nice. Let's see if we can reach 10K by Mania.
It's a Hail Mary, but if we do it right, folks.
Bold strategy card, but let's see how it plays out for him. Yeah, absolutely. But
all right, so go ahead.
I was just saying hi to Capone. I was just clicking on him. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I have no idea where I was going, so you helped.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I see Antoine's taking Lola, Cherokee's taking Lola. We got RM taking Tatum. MDB saying Shotzi is just off TV for some reason. Well, they're more the trios thing, and she's doing the spooky dooky horror show with Scarlett and everything like that for like the Tubes of You.
Right.
Tatum. Who you got?
64% of the chat went Lola and 35 went Tatum. I'll go Lola for shits.
Well, no, my guy. You pick Lola statistically more than you bet against Jody Threat.
And for a while, it was really working because she was just collecting W's.
Yeah, and now she's collecting catering.
And I know you like Tatum, so yeah, I mean it's fair. Fair matchup. I like this one.
I'm going with the spooky dookies. Well,
right.
Just not Wendy dookies. Yeah, but
no, you draw the line at sleepy. Spooky.
Yes, you need to be awake if you.
Yeah, everyone catch that at home, right? Like he loves all the spooky characters, hates Wendy Chu.
Exactly. She got to be awake. Well, and I do like Lola. That's the thing is it's again we've said it almost for a bit now of the NXT women's division is probably the best women's division in pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. And now it just keeps getting richer if you add in, your Zarias, your Jordan Graces, if you want to add in your Mariah Mays, your Britt Bakers, you can lose a Roxanne and still be good.
Right. Absolutely. Again, depth is important. So, John, good to see you. Welcome back. Javon, I think we got you, Tatum W. But no, absolutely, my guy. As Tatum coming in off the ropes. I like Lola a lot. I do. I do think that, I mean, her social media presence grew really fast. She got popularity in a lot of ways. I think there is talent there. She had really good matches at times. So again, it's just a plethora of talent.
Did they dig into as Tatum's hiding under the ring?
Oh, don't see that very often.
No, well, that's a unique ass spot, and especially that fits Tatum's kind of character. I'm gonna just go in my hidey hole for a minute. Pause. Did they overuse Lola's MMA mixed martial arts background and everything too hot, too fast out of the gate? And now you use that up.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it is part of who she ends up being, right? So I don't think they used it too much. I honestly just think people developed faster. They brought in people with talent that exceeded hers. From my knowledge, relatively new to this. So I think in time, but she's one that, we saw how long Roxy's been in NXT. They're in no rush. They're really
no, 100%. I dig it. And I like that that's the way you took with it, because that's literally where I was kind of halfway going with it. Of it just like she was there, but it feels like a Sol Ruka, who's one of your faves, has passed her by. Jada's, one of all of our faves, has kind of passed her by. Mm-hmm. That kind of vibe of like she was here and now she's fallen back in the pack. So I was just trying to figure out what made that happen outside of.
I just literally, and I do think that babyface turn you talked about, kind of like everybody was kind of into booing her. She had that attitude, that chip on her shoulder, where she was a bit of a mean girl, but she'd kick you in the face too. And then when she came out and kind of didn't pull off the whole emotional feeling of what she was trying to accomplish as a babyface, it kind of hit a rut for us.
Right. Well, speaking of ruds, we'll switch to a Bud. Do you want to read Bud's
No,
comment?
you think that's good.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, God damn it. I was trying to pitch to you and you pitched the ball back. Goddamn lateral ass motherfucker. This isn't the goddamn option offense. So Bud saying someone really needs to put you guys on the payroll. You know so much about wrestling, almost as much as I know about football. Oh, trust me, give it time. We'll start be getting called shows and everything. We've already probably been there too, but yeah,
Bring
no.
it on.
Yeah, absolutely, Christ. That's why we got all the socials, all the links and everything, scrolling down behind and everything. We're willing to take on offers, but yeah, no.
Yeah, well, Bud, the best thing you can do, and we really appreciate the compliment, but is just tell the people you know. Tell everybody you know. The more people that watch, the better it is for all of us. Jake, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Excellent chef analogy, KJ. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, I mean, if I can relate things back to food, I'm doing pretty good.
That guy in a little coat.
You see the news about 3 TNA hidden signings that is not announced. Dun dun dun. No.
I saw this literally while I was, literally like minutes before we went live. And I almost wanted to be like, Anthony, what do you know about this? But it's in dark secret. So everybody, we got to come in close. We got to have whisper time.
Right.
Just between us. We don't know. But so TNA's signed 3 international talent to be named later. That's the news.
That's like when you get traded for TBA. You're like, wait,
for financial future endeavor, future draft compensation.
Yeah. In hockey, it's always future consideration. Like, we'll think about you later. Like, what do you mean?
That's the big news out of TNA is that they've signed 3 international talent, but they'll be named later.
Okay. Any speculation from anybody out there? As this match is cooking, by the way. I'm surprisingly impressed.
I don't even want to guess because the wild world of wrestling and it's TNA, anybody could be at play.
Right. Zack Sabre Jr. Here we go. Started here first, folks. You heard it. According to sources,
Jeff Cobb going to TNA.
Oh, interesting crossbody in the corner.
You know who actually is a free agent and wouldn't be a bad way to go to TNA, even though I bet you she'd obviously end up in WWE, at least in some capacity? Saraya. If she was ever going to still wrestle or anything like that.
Oh, okay. I truly think Saraya is going to come back to the dub.
Well, that's a given. Just on even a good faith deal.
I think it's a good faith deal, perhaps. Also, I don't expect her to wrestle much, but the pop, the presence. I mean, as a guy that was a huge Paige fan, I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. Her run in AEW, I think, was very similar to others where you got put in there and you're not quite who you used to be, and you still want to do all the stuff all the new guys are doing, and it's a tough break.
Right. As Lola's got a 2, so a tough break right there. Wesley, what up? Saying, have you guys heard of Simply Reliable Studios? No, but I have heard of another SRS, but yeah.
2-2-2 on the roll up. How are we feeling out there, folks? Remember, fill this one up. We're going to be here all week long. We got so much wrestling. Another crossbody in the middle like that. Tatum definitely being unique here.
Well, Tatum reminds me, dare I say, a la Daphne a little bit, a little like early Rosemary.
No.
Well, she's kind of gone to like she's.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was saying noted. Sorry.
I was like, what the fuck did I do? Just me, right? Yeah, no, I don't know nothing.
Would be interesting, but yeah, to you, yeah. I mean, again, definitely in that vibe, not as cartoony as Rosemary could be in the beginning, especially because TNA was a little wonky. So next thing you had,
the whole company was cartoony. That was Scoob and the gang,
right? But we got a big superplex.
1, 2. She was gyrating and gestating and jiggling. I was trying to come up with another word.
Thoughts on Jeff Cobb? I think we kind of touched on that last night, but my God, if you get Jeff Cobb, if Jeff Cobb and
Bronson Reed.
yeah, Bronson could be matched up together, not even in a match, as a team. Like, that is 2025 natural disasters. Like, let's on topic here. They would murder. But Cobb's a beast. And I mean, we know, for those who know what he did in Lucha Underground, he was awesome there. He's been killing in Japan. I'm pumped. And there you go.
Her name was Lola. But she gets the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, it's so funny now that we've mentioned Stephen Pinu, and now we're talking about Jeff Cobb, because he put a thing out of talking about Lucha Underground and how such and such. I don't know too much of the Lucha Underground lore and everything, but he was saying how he was pirating his matches and this and that. And I will be in contact with Stephen Pinu, because he also did that layer it in of, like, you know, I appreciate all the well wishes and the hate that I've gotten, obviously, about him leaving New Japan. But one of those, it reminded me of Charlotte when she's like, I was completely wrong for what I said. I was so out of line of calling the Chicago fans smart. It felt like one of those of, you're acknowledging the Twitter echo chamber, but still just Tai Chi. Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But that is Lola moves on. One spot left, as Ronan points out. Again, a hell of a match. I thought both ladies did really well. Again, good, solid match. I love seeing the women get the booking they get on this show. And we're going to get another match coming up, and hopefully it delivers as well. Tatum looked good, and Lola looked good as well. Tatum low-key carried that match. Okay, Richard watching with a keen eye. Kat, welcome back.
Oh, was that what I was supposed to read there? Oh, that's her comment.
Oh, Julia gets, so each lady in the main event are getting good.
This is the main event of Stand and Deliver.
I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. At all.
Fair enough.
Not.
I was curious what was going to do it.
Well, I could see the triple threat, but I agree with you. I like this match better. And they've been all over. Like, this women's division has been strong. They've carried the company between Stand and Deliver and now. I think if I had a vote, if I was in the room, I would vote for this match to be the closer. I'm more excited for this than Oba, Trick, and Javon.
We almost know the outcome, respectfully, and everything. And we've said this on multiple NXT shows, whether it be weekly television or premium live events, they've been very women-centric, very women-forward, and they have led NXT here. So, yeah, every woman gets a video package like this leading into the match. Let's go.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we roll on, folks. We got a package for Julia right now. I love what they're doing here. And make sure you get in that chat. Let us know how you're feeling. I will be right back, Mr. Nick.
There he goes. KJ is going to drop off a package. But yeah, I've got Julia getting her hype up. I'm almost excited now seeing that each woman's going to get one of these. I want to see Jada's, because that's the one that, to me, I find really, like, obviously I'm a big fan of Jada, but that she's lily pad, she's leapfrogged all the way up into this. That I would have said, like, she would have been fine in the women's North American title ladder match and everything. Would have been fantastic for her. The fact that she's in here, I want to see this video package, and I want to see her shine amongst the tops. But as Crash Out Trick is the shirt now that Trick Williams has, as he just whips through. That's not a parking lot. That's not a parking spot, sir. You're going to have to move your car, sir. But yeah, Trick Williams is here with, I guess, new merch of Crash Out Trick. They're carrying it on their lower back. What the fuck? The Beautiful Madness Julia absolutely is. Yes, I'm in commercial break right now. 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. But how are you feeling? How you feeling so far into week 2 or night 2 of WrestleMania week? Because it's already getting like hot and heavy. Even before I did this, before I ever didn't even comment on the channel before I was on the channel, anything. I remember finding all the little independent shows and all of the little this and that's that pop up. Like the collective now is a really cool thing of all the shows that now WrestleMania week has become like the Super Bowl of wrestling, to where every promotion tries to have a show around that. Like, how you feeling in a night 2 of it out of 7, and B, what are you looking forward to? Like, that's beyond the big attention getters, beyond your WWEs, your AEWs, what have yous, the main Vegas things. Overrated Trick. I don't think Trick's overrated. I think he just blew up too fast. That's more of my thing with that. JT Max, hello from Asylum, Nick. Well, I'm glad to see that at least let you out of the asylum, or at least out of the jacket. So you can type a comment. But no, I appreciate you, my guy. Shout out. And again, our C65 with us. We've been hovering. We've floated all the way from the 90s to the 60s. Let's see if we can keep this rolling at triple digits here. And Christ, now I got to refresh what we are for likes on the video. But again, yeah, going into WrestleMania, we're hoping to leave WrestleMania week with 10K subscribers. And at that point, too, this is an added bonus that the people who've been here for a hot minute know the lore. If we reach 10K subscribers, me and KJ are getting the logo tattooed on us somewhere and everything like that. The Wrestling for Life logo. So 100%, if you want to just at least even see a video of us, getting tattooed or in pain or what have you, if you want to see us fully committed about this, then help us reach that 10K. Chair stand GCW. Well, GCW's got a ton of stuff. There's Effie's whole show. I don't know if I want to fully read off the title. You got Joey Janela's Spring Breaking 9, I believe it is at this point. You're getting the retirement match of Sabu in a no ropes barbed wire match versus Joey Janela. So that's the thing, is when a WrestleMania comes to a city or anything like that, whether it be a Vegas, whether it be in LA, whether it be in Philadelphia, you get the entire wrestling world as a whole. Love or hate WWE, respect it, run from it, hide from it. It is inevitable that when WrestleMania shows up in your city, that the wrestling world congregates and coagulates over there. So you get anything and everything of, you've got, like, we're getting WWE ID on a GCW show, followed by then we get, Bloodsport the next night. We're getting Stardom shows over there in Las Vegas. We're getting, I saw DDT. Like, that's the things. You get every aspect, every corner. Like, Defy Wrestling's running a show. This is where wrestling gets really fun and really cool if you're not one of those people that just wants the engagement farm on Twitter. I'll say that. Because this is like the wrestling convention. This is the everybody gets together and tries to put on their best show and show up and show out, because that's what the show's about. And that's what's really helps a lot of people either A, find new talent, or B, find new companies, new shows, new promotions, what have you, that they're into. Like, keep it a buck. That's what I love about when all of these kind of companies congregate into one area here. And I know that was all long-winded, but Sabu has had one incredible career. Yeah. Well, he's had a very interesting career. Sabu used to be one of those of the man of mystery, and now all the facade's been pulled off, and it's almost respectfully, I almost wish Sabu ended it a little while earlier. But yeah, Sabu will still be that guy. And it's so interesting of talking about Sabu with RVD's whole comments about how he doesn't like, the barbed wire matches and the steel chairs and all the pretty much what ECW, pretty much what Sabu was. Does anyone besides Nick, God damn it, why'd you have to caveat it, miss Dijak? Well, you can watch him every time on MLW out there on YouTube. But Mr. Dijacking it, as we've got Jakara and Lash, Fatal Influence, and Ava looking like the cheerleader for the Spirit Squad triple threat tag team match. The winner gets a women's tag team match. How is this happening at Stand and Deliver? Roxanne. Oh, so it is going to be on Stand and Deliver, and I like Roxanne popping in here. So what you're saying is every single woman is going to be on Stand and Deliver except me. Oh God! And was that a shot at Ava of still pointing out of like that you're still on NXT when you should be on the main roster? Tuesday after Stand and Deliver, I don't wrestling for life. I'm not sure. KJ out there on Twitch. I'm not sure what you're answering. Oh, Tuesday. Oh, the Tuesday after. Okay, literally. Sorry. Thank you. I don't know why you managed to make it blend in with the imagery and everything, and it can throw me off here. But I got Hank and Tank out here right now. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm in my happy place. I have Hank and Tank. Yeah. Well, on a side note, I'm surprised Roxanne is still kind of floating in NXT. I'm surprised she at least doesn't have either a spot on Stand and Deliver, especially if not on WrestleMania. But then again, could she be in the last qualifying match for the Women's North American title? But yeah, Roxanne to me at this point, even more than Tony, even more than Trick, all of that should be on the main roster. That's where I thought they were going with this. But yes. We have the number one contenders tag team contender gauntlet match going on right now as we started off with Hank and Tank, and their first opponent's going to be TNT Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe. So yeah, TNT versus Hank and Tank, and Christ Almighty, what in the ACDC is with this match of very much that you have Hank and Tank wearing the ACDC attire, and you have TNT that is an ACDC song. But I digress. Maybe I'm just in my own head. John C., what are they doing? Sin, evening chat, Wrestling for Live family, shout out KJ Nate. Shout out you too, my guy. Shout out everybody in the chat. And again, we try and click on anybody and everybody. We try and, we're engaged with the chat more than any other channel out there. Again, often imitated, never replicated. We're not out there, putting our cash apps and everything on our cars, trying to ask for money and everything. But 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend, help the Wrestling for Life, keep growing and moving, spread the good gospel of wrestling out there. But let me know, folks, who you take in this match, or even if you just want to let me know who you got in this first matchup of the gauntlet of Hank and Tank versus TNT. I'm taking Hank and Tank all the way through. I want to be here. I want to see the moment to where Hank and Tank beat Fraxium for the NXT tag team titles. Roman saying Hank and Tank. Spaz with a $5 super chat. Kigs and Sticky. It kind of works. It's an abbreviation. I get you. And if you could not feel any pain for 24 hours, what kind of match would you want to be in and against who? Spaz, I'm going to keep it a buck. That's a members only question. If you want to, I could answer it, but I don't want to speak A for KJ, but that's definitely like a members only. Like, I don't know, because I'm still, after 24 hours, I'm still going to deal with the ramifications of it. That's the thing, is some of that shit sticks with you. So I don't know. Can I just say a match and be fine and get off scot-free? As we got Hank and Tank collide in the middle. Oh, are they going to make easy work of Tyson and Tyreek? Yes, they do. So Hank and Tank move along. TLC. I'll answer it for you. Oh, God damn it, Jose. I appreciate you. But yes, that would be my dream opponent, maybe, perhaps. But now we've got the calling, which is Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance. And see, I did that I was looking through the tabs that I had pulled up to find who's in this match, and did it without finding the actual tab I had clicked on. Pick a match, you coward. Standard match. I picked a match. There we go. Standard match, because that's the thing. I'm not dumb. This feels like a solid jigsaw trap of like, what am I supposed to say? Of I'd be in a fucking scaffold, Hell in a Cell, three stages of hell match. No, I'll take a standard match because guess what? I'm gonna still feel that the next day just as much, if not worse, than probably I would any other type of match. I ain't built for this. I'm gonna take a regular match and then move along. I'm picking thumbtacks if I don't got to. I don't care if I don't feel pain in 24 hours. I'm gonna feel pain in the next 48. Yes, a standard match. Two count for Hank and Tank. Yes, no. I'll admit it. I'll be chicken shit. But yeah, no, I'm not. Again, like I said, I'm gonna feel pain in the next 40, in the next 48 instead of the first 24. But I'm in picture. So again, folks, let me know who you got now with this match. We've got the Culling versus Hank and Tank after Tyson and Tyreek have already been dismantled, obliterated. TNT already blew up and is out of this competition here. My dream. All right. Yeah. MDB. You keep it to your fantasies to yourself. A. Jobson saying Hank and Tank for the win. What's your prediction? Pain. Nick, what are you talking? Pain. Yeah. I don't want no pain. Son of Jesus. And I love the picture, my guy. That's a hell of a getting avatar, my guy. But yes, may the blunt be with you. Where's your buddy? Where's your disciple, Bud Lightyear? He ran off there. Yeah. That's 100%. Any match that I have right now in my crisp 36 years of age, I'm not a trained wrestler. I'm not out here taking bumps. I don't care if I can't feel pain. Then I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. So what is my match? Just a regular match at best. Best match at pillow fight. Don Marie might whoop my ass. So I don't know. Maybe Kelly, but we'd have to go back to the annals of who's the reigning pillow fight champion of the world. Nick, what are they doing with Roxanne? Why is she in the fatal four-way? Why isn't she? John, that's my big question right now. What's going on with her? I thought her versus Bailey was the match to have at Mania. That's why I'm upset with the whole Beyond Ilya should defend the title in a whole other match, independent of the tag title matches at WrestleMania. I don't like champions fighting champions, especially when you just introduced that championship belt. I thought Roxanne versus Bailey was the lily pad, the launch pad to Roxanne on the main roster, to that being, if not a Mania match, at best, a Raw after Mania match, voice crack, but that's where I thought that would have gone. Her still floating around in NXT and even pointing out. So everybody else is good. Every other female is going to be on the stand and deliver card except for me. That's where I'm like, maybe you should have pulled the trigger a little bit. Or like, I know there's going to be some masterful long con. Speaking of the long con.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of pulling the trigger.
Well, would you prefer I call you Long Dong?
Then Con, probably.
Got you on a stutter.
Probably better than Con.
Fair enough. But yeah, how do you feel about the Roxanne shows up and says, so everyone's going to be on, well, I know it's now after Stand Deliver, but so everyone's getting a match basically, except for me, that she's still down in NXT. I thought she was main roster bound to be.
We did too, but the rumor out there is that she got herself in some hot water and she got yeeted back to where like they kind of had to put her back in her place. I think she was off TV for 2 weeks and now she's kind of floating. Now, is it going to be one of those things where she shows up at Stand and Deliver and says, I deserve a match, I should have a match, and somebody shows up?
Well, who could it be? Mariah May, Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, right?
I don't think that's happening. And she's one of those, I would almost assume Mariah May shows up before Britt Baker does. Just contract-wise. Just on what I assume you're locked into a deal.
Even if Britt Baker signed, I think Britt Baker needs some work. I don't know what her ring shape is like. The last while in AEW, she struggled. I mean, again, I don't know how quick of a turnaround it could be.
No. I think you misconstrued what my answer was. I think that Britt Baker's locked into AW much longer than Mariah May
No,
is.
there was reports, and again, and take it with a grain of salt, but I did read that like they parted ways, like they high-fived and said, peace.
I feel like I would have seen that blasted everywhere instead of.
I don't know.
I may have missed it. I digress, but I may have missed it. Chat can correct me.
Not positive. I would agree with that.
As I've got Hank and Tank out here, Hank getting ankle locked, ankle picked by Nico Vance. So who you got to win this tag tournament here? We've got TNT already, boom, goes to Dynamite. We're already out of here.
Oh shit.
1, 2, 2.
Wow. I said it when I came back. I don't love gauntlet matches. I complained earlier this week or late last week about gauntlet matches. I think that as a theme, as an idea, it just doesn't work for me, brother. But at the end of the day, I mean, at least so far so good in this one. Kind of
you've done sometimes to where they've been good, like the building up to Kofi Mania was really good.
An exception,
but you got to give it like an hour. You got to. That's half your show.
Yeah, and doing it like in the Kofi way of like you have to run this gauntlet to get what you want, brilliant. But like in the ones where it's just like everybody's on an even playing field, and again, it's just a weird way. But I mean, this has been way better than I anticipated. Hank and Tank and the Culling are murdering this right now.
Well, it shows you that NXT's got a pretty deep tag division. We've talked about who's at the top with Fraxium. Everybody else just kind of feels in that second tier.
Right.
So now who's gonna pull them? Like who's gonna jump out of that patch there?
Right. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Who wins this? I don't even know all the friggin' teams in it.
I can tell you, actually, as I got tagged with getting a roll up, 2 count. So the teams that are involved in this are as follows: Hank and Tank versus the Culling, Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen, Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe, which we just saw lose. Briggs and Yoshi. Inamura, and then No Quarter Catch Crew, Miles Bourne, and Tavion Heights. So I'm going Hank and Tank, riding it out. I want to be here and lose my marbles.
Hanker and Tanker with a dub. Let's go.
That's the thing is, I think it'll be great if they sit there and we're going to go from first and run the gamut through it.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Yosh and Briggs.
Well, I got Tavion Heights already sparking out in Tank here. I'm a fan now of Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne, especially Miles Bourne playing into I'm pre-evolved Randy Orton.
100% agree. I wish they would just stop being the No Quarter Pound Crew.
Yeah. It's just, is it the gimmick or is it the name?
It was just kind of the whole faction thing. If it's dead and it's just these two as a tag team, these two are great. Young Randy Orton here and Tavion are excellent.
Well, you still got Ren to where she was at one point kind of taking it over, and then you've got Dempsey. Is Dempsey at Bloodsport this year again?
I believe so.
Baby Regal. Well, I would have, if you were actually to do that, could you do the Blackpool Combat Club or a variation and you have Regal out there with it in NXT? We know Regal's there. I know you're there. I want to see your face.
Remember, Regal popped up and was giving his son a pep talk, but was helping Lexus King, and then he fucked off again. And he just went away. I can't even help this Lexus kid. I don't know what to tell you.
Right? I tried to hit another company that didn't work.
Battling up. This has been fun so far, folks. Blind tag.
We want that Hank.
I lied. Tag to Hank.
Yeah, well, It's literally, it just looks like if Seth Rogen was a fucking wrestler and
It's so
just
funny,
was funny.
right? The
Hard
Pineapple
at him.
Express.
Well, remember when Hank was at one point part of the No Quarter Catch crew,
Right.
when they sat there and put him out there with his shirt off and everything.
Right.
Full dad bod and experience.
Oh, boom. All right.
Boom out.
I like it.
I want to see them run the gamut.
I love Ren. MDB. I gotta find one that you know.
Crashes through Tavion.
HNT. Yeah, all the acronyms in this match.
Hank is actually busted open on his lip. We're both bearded gentlemen. I've seen that before to where he's got blood in the beard instead of blood in the water.
Oh shit. This
is taking everybody out. That's the Bourne identity.
Oh. This is cooking, folks.
Right?
Is this the last team? No, I think there's one more team, which is Yoshi and Briggs.
Yeah, which is your pick. The fucking scavengers, the Snores of Anarchy.
Right? The Snores of Anarchy. Dude, what a match. What a match. Ren is fun on social media. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, when she was Maddie Rinkowski and she would do little first, like the main character interviews, and she would interview somebody and it'd basically just be her interviewing, like them interviewing her.
Right. Y'all finally remember Miles Bourne. Yeah, we definitely did.
After he's laying into when they faced the Hardy Boys and Vic's up there, he can hear it, and he's like, "You goddamn right."
He earned it. He earned it. Like he finally got good enough, and with him and Tavion are doing well enough that now we remember him. Before he wasn't doing shit.
I like Tavion. Well, remember when Tavion did the run in Noah and everything, and he came out of that and I was all about him. And then they just kind of didn't use him, which, by the way, has anyone seen an Omos sighting in Vegas? He's a big, giant Nigerian. It's hard to miss.
Right. 2 count. Hank refuses to stay down.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I got picture in picture.
Becky Lynch started a rumor when she said AJ needs to keep an eye on Punk. And then she posted a picture of Punk and Roxanne after CM Punk said something about Becky. Yes. Well, I don't know if it's starting a rumor, but she definitely did respond. But maybe, I don't know what it leads to.
Twitter.
Right.
Well, it's funny because I've seen some other people, and I'll leave it at that, of kind of crash out because of like what we talked about last night of Hunter saying the internet fans, they're the very vocal minority. And I've seen some people crash out of like, really? You're not going to acknowledge us? Really?
Oh. Hanky. Are they chanting hanky panky? Hanky
panky.
Hanky tanky.
Hanky tanky. I'll do whatever. I'm all the way. I want me some Hank and Tank merch.
Right. Oba versus Omos is not a terrible shout. I just don't know how good the match would be.
Oh, you ever seen a statue fight a
statue versus Boulder? Here we go.
Right. Yeah. No, I thought I sat there, and if Apollo had got hurt and he was doing his whole Nigerian shtick, the Wuhan Nation and everything, that might have not been a bad little trios there in NXT. No, that's the kind of, you can't fuck with us. We run the shop because who's going to take down the Colossus Omos? Who's going to beat the ruler of Oba family?
Yeah, I mean, it works really well. Hikaleu, if the rumors are true and Hick is about to come in, Hickory Stick has a huge chance to make an impact and be a top guy that is challenging someone like Oba. And he's big enough that you're like, I can see it.
Yeah, but you got to build it. You can't just jump.
Oh, they will. They will. Yeah.
Jeff versus Oba. Jeff versus Oba is not a terrible shout at all. That's Kaiju Big Battle shit. That's
man.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
And Jeff Cobb being NXT champion doesn't have a bad sound at all. It's not, let's go.
I'm just waiting for the rings of that. It sounds so sweet.
Big clothesline. This match has been the pace of this gauntlet match is surprising me.
Yeah, well, they got to realize this is still, we got other shit to get in, so we can't fucking pussyfoot around this here.
But I mean, they've done a good job. Like, we haven't had that like 30-second roll-up victory. Like, every little we're getting solid matches through 3 gauntlets here.
So I think Hank was supposed to break it up and may have been late, but yeah.
He got there.
He got.
By the hair, it's chinny chin chin. Jeff Cohen on the Cobb. Very fast-paced gauntlet. He got it. Take it. Let's go.
Well, I was about to say, so instead of Goldberg eats corn the long way, should have been Tony Khan book Cobb the wrong way.
That's not bad.
So we're down to the nitty-gritty. My boys, Hank and Tank, who have been here from the jump, versus Yoshi.
I don't even know what they call themselves.
The Snore Horsemen.
The Snore Horsemen.
Snores of Anarchy.
That's taken. Snores of Anarchy is pretty good. All right, we're down to the final 2. My pick versus your pick.
I feel like just we have almost an affinity because we always end up just naturally giving our own nicknames to NXT tag teams, whether it be Social Gathering, whether it be, Not Man and Robin. I feel like we kind of were the first ones saying Hank and Tank, and then they kind of ran with it. So I'm like, I feel like we own this. But I'm all right.
I feel connected to it for that reason.
Yeah.
We got the biggest tag team head-to-head tomorrow. Hurt Syndicate versus the Gates of Agony. My God, Gates of Agony are one of those teams that I wish can get free from this system. They don't get used efficiently enough at all. They're gonna, they're showing up to do another job. It's
Make them Ring of Honor tag champs. Make the Ring of Honor tag team titles matter. If you're gonna sit there and add another women's pure championship in Ring of Honor,
put that in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Make Ring of Honor matter again.
They came out with the pure belt because Sasha's going to win the Ring of Honor title. So now that will become the belt to defend for the time being.
Big boot to Hank. But no. She's not winning. I think she might win their first encounter, but she's not winning that belt. Yoshi out there just waiting to get choke slammed onto. Pause. Right. Nothing but net. Just slam dunk the choke slam.
Right. 2-2-2.
Hank. I believe in Hank and Tank. That doesn't roll off the tongue that well. Pause.
Is Goldust and Guevara still tag champs? As far as I know, the Sons of Texas are still champs. Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank. Oh, Tank pushes Hank out of the way and eats all the offense.
Well, and they're just now down into like Daisy Duke. Like, small package. 1, 2.
They got him.
Yoshi with an ass slap breakup.
They got him. It's over. What did you miss? They did it. They did it.
I know they broke it up. Let's go.
Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank.
Richard, come on, Richard. Are you kidding me?
They started the goddamn match off. They survived what? What did this match start off? You sat there and took a jolly vacation, everything, came back, and the match was going.
We were only too deep. Yeah, I mean, it's been on for at least 20 minutes. 25?
Bold strategy, bold prediction, and just caught up in the moment. Hank and Tank, your new NXT Tag Team Champions, and Fraxium move on to the main roster.
Not a bad
Street
show.
Profits versus Fraxium.
Fraxium versus MCMG. Fraxium versus DIY. Line them up. Fraxium will get a good banger out of just about anybody at this point. You may be on to something, and I think Hank and Tank, a very base match is going to be fun.
Oh, you even said that was a great gauntlet.
Yeah,
you were poo-pooing and foo-fooing.
I hate gauntlet matches. I think the premise is dumb. Without a rhyme or reason behind it, like, random pick, you get, you got to beat 6 teams and someone else only got to beat 1. And you always get that obligatory, like, 30-second match or, I don't know. They go too long. This was excellent. I really enjoyed this one.
Sorry, I just can't stop smiling. I literally was looking over and watching them celebrate and started smiling. I said, well, because I thought I literally thought I need to wipe away. I needed to take a break and wipe away my tears and get into my emotions, have a good old cry. But no, I thought literally that Yoshi
No, he didn't get there in time.
Heck and tank. Heck and tank. We're going streaking.
Sophie Turner. When did they start calling her Sophie?
Yeah, no, Stevie Turner. What the fuck? Is she fighting immigration?
Did that not just say Sophie Turner on the screen?
Yeah, I swear to God it did. Well, and shout out Kelly Armstrong. She's been on Evolve, and she's one of the breakouts out of Evolve. But speaking of breakout, I got to go break out of this glass case of emotion. I'll be back soon.
Fraxium are growing on me, but listen. We've been here for a while watching Fraxium's development. There was a lot of moments, a lot of time as we got a truck pulling up here at NXT from the underboss. But in the house, folks. But yeah, we kept watching them grow, and they book a match, and we think, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. They double book them one night, a couple times. We think they're going to lose. They don't lose. We feel like they might be breaking up. Don't lose. So they've been really strong. And match after match after match, it's been absolutely solid. So, yeah, definitely grown on me for sure. Stevie is now... See, did I make that up? Nick didn't see it, but I was positive. Now, it is what it is. I could have been hallucinating a little, but that said Sophie Turner. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Is Stevie Turner? Yes, big fan. Dark State behind Oba. I didn't catch that, Dale. Thank you. Interesting. But folks, Nick is on his pause. We are rolling through. I will take this time to remind everybody of what is up here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Don't forget Saturday, our big media marathon. It's going to be insane. We start at noon. We don't know when we're going to stop. We'll call it a subathon. We'll call it a marathon. We'll call it whatever you want to call it. But be a friend, tell a friend. We want these streams to be absolutely jacked. And then as far as the rest of the week goes, we've already hit Tuesday. We're about to put it in the books. Wednesday, tomorrow, we're going early, 7 p.m., as it stands right now anyway, for the ID Tournament Championship, brought to you by GCW. Not to mention, we get Spring Breakthrough. AEW Dynamite becomes the second longest running episodic wrestling show. They're celebrating. They're happy. The little Spring Breakthrough jab is kind of cute. And then, of course, Thursday, we get part 2 of Spring Breakthrough. TNA, Unbreakable, Bloodsport. Fridays stacked with SmackDown in the Hall of Fame. And then, of course, Saturday, the marathon begins. Sunday, it continues. And that includes NXT Stand and Deliver. First up on the weekend. We're going to have games. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have fun. So make sure you're there for all of it, folks. And I thank you for being here tonight. Sansa Stark. Where did we get that? It said Sophie Turner. See, I didn't make that up, but yes, make sure you're here all week long, folks. Make sure you don't miss a minute. And again, we want to hit all our milestones. We appreciate all the love, and it's been a great time watching this grow. So tell all your people. If you know anyone out there that loves wrestling, send them our way. Don't forget the merch store and all that fun stuff as well. I guess the Parking Lot Brawl is the main event. I would assume so. With the world champions being involved in such, Richard, that was my assumption going into this. So if you are just tuning in, big gauntlet win. Hank and Tank are now your number 1 contenders. They will take on Fraxium at Stand and Deliver. Should be a fun match. We're going to be really into it. Nick's got a theory that it could be Fraxium's last match in NXT before they move on. We will see. It says Sophie. Hopefully it's an error. So either they botched production and we got a Sophie Turner for no reason, or we just switching this up real quick. No longer Stevie Turner, now Sophie Turner. Did anybody catch the Izzy Dame box where she prematurely kicked out of? Yes. Worded really interesting, Paul, but I'll let it slide. But yes, at the time I had not noticed. I saw clips in the playback where it was kind of obvious. But I'm getting a crowd shot right now as we're getting back to the action, folks. Why would those big guys work for Javon, all 130 pounds? We will, again, we don't know, Chair. My guess here is we'll have to wait and see. They are going to have some explaining to do. But again, if you tell the story properly, I can go with it. He wouldn't be the first little guy to have a big crew behind him, right? The Nunzios of the world. First, La Mera Mera, who wins? Mera Mera. Isn't Sophie Turner married to Nick Jonas? That's depressing that I know that. Yeah, but when is Jonas coming to town? As we're getting the Jada Parker package as we speak. So they've highlighted Jordan and Julia. I really like these as far as building for your what could be your main event at the pay-per-view. I think it should be the main event, but it's up to them. But Jada is a star. Let's keep it to wrestling, boys. Yeah, let's behave. Let's behave. We can wander a little, Jose. We can wander a little. It might just have been a production botch, right? That's crazy. Y'all people need to stop pointing botches all the time. Who is you people or y'all people? And I mean, we were talking about a potential production botch. So I don't know what you're referring to, Mr. God. But yeah, no, I mean, ultimately, it's no different than an error in baseball or a missed free throw, an air ball. A guy whiffs on a power play or a breakaway. It's what we do, right? Bill Buckner's still being talked about for a reason. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think we should shy away from it. I don't think people should condemn it the way they do at times of like, look how awful this person is. Again, it's the same as a dropped ball, a double dribble. I mean, shit happens. Does the Ops win the Trios Championship with Moxley and the Death Riders? Yes or no? I don't think they can lose those belts unless you're planning for Moxley to lose his belt. If that makes sense, Damien. Again, I don't know if the Ops help. I don't know that the Trios belts matter. John is stepping in now. Well, with Pac getting hurt, I wonder if it encourages them to push the belts away. But again, if they lose the Trios titles, does Moxley then lose the world title? Miss Parker. Good Jada promo. Outstanding. Making her, and she feels real. She feels authentic. What we talk about all the time here. She feels genuine. You're connecting to her. And she turns out to be an absolutely outstanding athlete who's done extremely well. And she's bypassed a lot of talent to get to the top. So we're back to the commentary team. Lots of history being shared in Jada and Grace's video, as it should. Oh, we're in the parking lot now, folks. No Tony. Oh, and they brought friends. They got the Goombas. Oh, Tony D didn't sign off on this. Interesting, folks. All right. Parking lot. Jada can do tape promos. She can talk. She's very charismatic, Chair. She's very comfortable in front of the camera. What's up, Heather? Let's go. The parking lot brawl is about to start. We're off and running. I guess I'll put a vote up for this one. Now we're off and running. What do you think? Oh, All right, put it out there, folks. We got ladders. They're fighting out into the building. That's not quite the parking lot, though. We are no longer in the parking lot. Is it Warriors come out and play? Oh, we got a Frisbee lid. Why are we not in the parking lot? You had one stipulation to this match. TK just announced Sunday, August 24th, Forbidden Door, London. Wasn't that already announced? I thought they announced that. I thought they announced that at All In. If my memory serves me correct, Damien, I do believe London. There was some talks of Scotland getting a show, but yeah, August 24th, Forbidden Door will be in London. Can we even call this a match? No, brawl. The problem is it's a backstage brawl, not a parking lot brawl, if I'm being picky. Jada Parker from the Soft Streets. Let's go. I got that one. But this is just chaos. Oh, tipping the lockers, moving. Crucifino. We got a fire extinguisher. KJ, they're parking lot adjacent. Don't go full Nick on us. Oh, wait, they're back outside. There's a car at least. There's a car. Cutler running Ripshaw right now. So no Tony D, by the way. This is fun. I think this is I like how they're filming this. I think they've done it really well. It doesn't feel like just a lot of walking punches, right? It actually feels like there's a flow to the brawl. As I think that was Crucifino taken out on the hood of the car. Tony D pulls up. Got the crowbar. Luca down, but Tony D to the rescue. 5-0. I guess the brawl's over. It looks like it. The cops are here. Yeah, an old classic. Yeah, just park around the corner and walk, Jose. What are you doing? What are we doing? So we got an absolute. So Tony D just runs off Dark State. And this isn't going to help my Dark State argument, but right now Tony D is dressing down Stacks. On the biggest stand and deliver. Interesting. So we're going to get the family versus Dark State at Stand and Deliver. The Dawn. Oh, shit, the cops. They're just having it. Where are these cops? We got the lights, no cops.
I don't want to be around when the cops are showing up and everything
Right?
like that. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, it's the cops.
Did they not announce that this match was going to be in the parking lot and all of a sudden the Popo shows up and everything? Was it not announced? Like, what the flying fuck with that? Well, I think you had, honestly, when I heard you when I was on my pause, you had the best way to start to sell this, especially because they kind of did that cinematic shot with it.
Yeah.
Of you started off with Dark State. Family, come out and play. And just think about it. They're the fucking hoodlums. They're the street trash, riff-raff. Have this be this whole brawl. Like the cops ending it was just bullshit and dumb. And especially they show up right after Tony, like, motherfuckers. So you're gonna say I brought the cops, but they show up right after you showed up?
Yeah, and you got the lights going off, and then there's this big dialogue between Stacks and like the cops didn't run over. Where are they? What did they park around the corner because the parking lot's dangerous?
You have the right to cut a promo. You may use.
Yeah, there was some flaws in this. I know people are going to say don't be so picky, but there was definitely some flaws. But they have added. We don't officially know yet, I guess, but Tony said they're going to fight at the grandest stage of them all. So Stand and Deliver, the family versus Dark State. I don't love the fact that Tony jumped out of the car in the middle of a brawl where everyone's throwing everything. And he just ran them off by himself with a crowbar. Like, Not my
And he
favorite.
was supposed to be in the goddamn match. Like, so what was it? A 3-4-on-2? Because Rizzo's got no equivalent.
They brought 5 Goombas with them. So, and I don't even know where those guys went.
They got stomped on and they had to fucking go off. That's what you do with the Goombas. You stomp on that little mushroom head and they fucking poof and disappear.
Right? Bloopers, bleeps, and botches. And botched. Bloopers, bleeps, and botched.
That's the squad that just showed up to arrest fucking Tony and the family there.
Yeah, it just made me laugh, right? Because the lights are going, and you're like, what did the cops chase Dark State and forget about you guys? Like, why are we getting all this time?
Keep it 100. I've been arrested before. You don't have that much time to cut a whole fucking soliloquy and everything like that. If the popo shows up, no.
And you're generally asked to shut up. You have the right to remain silent, even if you do not have the ability.
Yes, actually, facts.
Who on here is from WWE? What does that even? Nobody.
Trust me, if we were getting paid, we'd be doing this a lot more. I wouldn't be still working a regular, 9 to 5-ish job and everything if we were WWE shows or AEW shows or shilling for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not mind botches, the videos on YouTube. Botches are a part of sports. Like, I remember growing up, and you still do them, you still have them, but you could buy like the VHS of like hockey's biggest bloopers, and it would like an hour and a half of just stupid shit that went wrong. Botches got to be treated like that, like errors, bloopers. Shit happens in live sport. It is what it is. You can't. I get mad at the people who like Jordan Grace, who's been phenomenal. Catches her foot on a tope. Oh, she's on drugs. She can't do this. She can't do that. Like, holy shit, guys. Some of y'all trip over the garbage can at work. Shut the fuck up.
Get winded getting to the garbage can at work. But, yeah, well, you even said before of like, it's like the same thing of like a drop pass and everything. But yes, I remember having like the VHSs of all the bloopers of like you're watching a NASCAR race and the fucking tire flows off. And the next thing you know, they're playing what goes up must come down. But no, we've even been on Botchamania. Absolutely. Shout out. Like, that's the thing is Botchamania. I love Matthew and all of that. That's the thing of it's one of those of having fun with it without like, like you're an idiot. Like, you could do that. ESPN used to do that with Come On Man. It would be NFL highlights and everything of somebody would fuck up and they'd literally call it out. Come on, man.
Why was your face so close to the tire? But no, Corey made me laugh with this one. How do we know the cops should respond to that fight? It is Florida. Like,
facts.
Botches make shit. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, nobody wants to fuck up. Some of us trip and fall into bed in the morning. Like, it is hilarious. Like, nobody wants a botch, and we get it. If you have a match where they just botch on botch on botch on botch, and that's the way it hits, I get it. That match is going to be shit. However, you get one botch. Botches happen. Again, if you had your favorite baseball team had an error every single inning, they're probably not winning that game. Usually,
but still, as two individuals who come out here and talk about wrestling ad nauseum for 2+ hours an evening, no, we're not fully, proficient and perfect the whole time. Sometimes you say a thing you shouldn't have said, or you zig when you should have zagged. It's part of the fucking game and everything. Right. I'm just glad that people are able to walk away with it. And I think that's interesting that that's a bit of what they did with the Jey Uso thing of they made him having the slip-ups part of the I'm scared of you, I'm shook by you type of
my knees are shaky.
Yeah.
Another package. So they've done one package for every woman, a really heartfelt one. You cannot help but love Stephanie McCool. She seems like such a wonderful human being, like her energy, her vibe, that, I know that aura. I mean, she just, again, everything you would want out of a superstar. And I think she's taken the world by storm. So we're with Hank and Tank again.
Well, thank you, Booker T, for that breakdown. But yes, I am very much, speaking of people who are setting the world on fire, we've got Hank and Tank backstage with.
Right. Botchamania sucks. No, they're good. I laugh at them. I mean, again, it is funny.
Botchamania for a lot of people was what either kept them in wrestling or brought them back into wrestling.
And
Respectfully.
And certain things are just universally funny, like football and groin. It's funny shit. Like
always hit. Give that man $10 million.
Fraxium.
Face to face. They're quadruple the size of these men.
It's official. A-Kid is actually Christian.
Always the turtlenecks. Always the turtlenecks.
Oh, keep it coming, folks. Keep the chat going. We appreciate this tonight. Hank and Tank getting ready for their match. They will be taking on the champs. No handshake, no love.
Oh, well, do we get the split up? Do we get the fraxium and the fractio? Do we get the fracture and the fraxium?
Right.
A-Kid is now an adult or a adult.
Right. What matches are you looking forward to at WrestleMania besides the main event, night 1 and night 2? I'm looking forward to Logan Paul, AJ Styles.
No, you're not. That's a lie.
I really am.
I really mean it. No, you don't.
They're gonna kill.
Do we get the crossbody, like the cross ring clash spot?
They might, yeah. I could see that. I could also see like a lot of things. He's going to show up and show out.
I'm excited for Naomi versus, not Cora, but Naomi versus Jade.
Roxanne Bacon.
I was like, not Cora, what is even Carmen, but yeah, then Jade. I punned myself into freaking myself out of what I said.
Well, moving on to our next match.
Yeah. Speaking of botches.
Carmen is in a match. I'm not sure who her opponent is yet.
Well, this is going to be the last qualifier, I'd assume.
Oh, it's Red.
No, it's Thea.
Is it Thea?
It's Thea. How have you mixed? I know she's been away for a minute, too.
It was a small box on the screen, and they have so many wrestlers that look alike. I could have said 15.
No, they're not all blonde, and Ren's a brunette instead of a blonde. And I wasn't even distracted by what Ashante the Kanye West was wearing.
Right.
Yeah.
But get your votes in. Good to see Thea back. All I've seen her do is drink coffee as of late.
She does exist.
Right. Any match you're looking forward to? I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to LA Jacob because I really want Jacob to win the title.
Well, like I said, to me, the big thing that I'm looking forward to is Naomi versus Jade. As we're going matches that aren't main events and everything like that. Right. I think you're really solidified Naomi in this kind of heel run. I mean, theoretically, Jey Uso versus Gunther's not going to main event. The women's triple threat isn't going to main event. So you've got a ton of matches that are great matches that aren't going to main event because not everyone can main event.
100%. You're absolutely right. How many matches total for WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 and Stand and Deliver combined? 22, 20. What we got?
Hold on. You talk to the people. I will do the math. So there's
right,
6.
I'll work it out as Nick looks it up. But I think we got 7 so far on NXT, and we got approximately 14, so 21. And maybe one more to come or 2 more to come.
Well, so according to Wikipedia, we have 6 for Stand and Deliver, but I feel like we got another one advertised. I had to hit a refresh, but and then scrolling, we have 7 for night 1 and 6 for night 2. So according to Wikipedia, that would be 12, 18 total. And that's not saying that, again, Wikipedia hasn't missed a 1 or 2 that's been even added tonight. So 18 right now at face value probably rounds out to about 20 across all 3 shows.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could see, yeah. So maybe, 2021, we're kind of in that neighborhood. So 7 per night, 7 per match, or 7 per pay-per-view. PLE.
Yeah. Which is crazy that they'll do 7 on a WrestleMania. Granted, it's 2 nights, but Tony will do that all in one night. Tony, that's the thing, is Tony's back to Manias night ones, the one night Manias.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot, man. I mean, I would really consider him, I would beg him as a fan for the quality of the programming and my enjoyment is cut it down. But again, this is WrestleMania, so it's got to feel important. It's got to feel big. So 7 matches each night, time for each match to cook in a lot of ways. Yeah, I got no problem with that. I think Stand and Deliver with 7 matches. I don't think there's a match on the Stand and Deliver card right now that I'm like, I'm interested in all of it. I'm really looking forward to Stand and Deliver. So close.
Well, no, yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, I want like the women's ladder match. I think is going to be interesting and entertaining just because it's a multi-person ladder match.
Right.
Starks versus or Saints versus Paige. I'm intrigued. Think could be match of the night.
Right.
Also, wouldn't be mad if that was an NXT main event. So yeah, there is no like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch this match at Stand and Deliver vibe.
Right. Now, is Wikipedia just guessing at these cards, or is this kind of set up already?
I mean,
this is the first I'm hearing of like night 1, night 2.
So, well, there's been the kind of rumored thing that's been thrown out there. So I'll rattle it off real quick here, but because we know pretty much essentially, I would assume the main event of night 1 is Roman Seth Punk.
Right.
But so War Raiders versus New Day, Mysterious versus Americano, Cargill versus Naomi, LA Knight versus Fatu, Stratton versus Charlotte, and Gunther versus Jay, plus aforementioned main event is night 1. So, I mean, may not be the order, but I don't think that's a terrible, especially when it comes to WrestleMania. But
absolutely. As we are getting the call out for Stand and Deliver running through the card at the moment. But somebody said, how did Cora not? I believe Cora, well, we knew she was a little banged up. And again, her time will come. But yeah, I think she was a little banged up there where she got a concussion recently.
Well, no, I thought it was that it was that it was a stinger. Yeah. We weren't sure if it was a concussion because that's what it was. I thought initially it was her knee because she already has had issues with that and she kind of grabbed that way initially. But yeah.
Right. Someone tell TK the WWE has 27 women this WrestleMania weekend, 18 on Stand and Deliver alone. That's crazy. And I mean, I know the detractors, Triple H doesn't know what to do with the women, or they don't like women. Undeniable what they're doing here with the women's wrestling. Evolution's coming back as a pay-per-view or a PLE. I mean, look, Spaz nails it here. And thank you so much for the super chat. But 27 women, 18 on Stand and Deliver.
So the countdown is going to be a 4-way tag eliminator match of Cora, Roxanne, Fallon, and JC, and Gigi and Tatum.
So Cora and Roxy are now joining the fray. I missed that.
I literally, that's the first I just saw of it, and it's on the pre-show. It's on the countdown.
That's okay. Yeah.
But again, that goes back to the conversation of at least with Roxanne, if I feel like she would have moved along by now. Like we thought she was getting there with Bailey, and I don't know if she might have told somebody to S their D or anything, but yeah.
Right. As we got Uriah Connors and the other guy. Hey, little Thea. Big pop for Thea.
Yeah, because we're just glad to see she's okay. She's still alive.
Yeah.
She made it out of the wreckage.
Right.
Yeah, what? This looks so evolved. Everyone looks so fucking generic with this shit, though. Like, what the fuck? Even the purple shit. I do like Thea, but goddamn, like, if you can make me give a fuck less.
Okay. I'm in. I'm looking forward to the men's IC title match and how they book it. I do think that Dom will win the title by pinning Finn and Liv turn on Finn. I mean, I'm picking Dom Dom, so I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
There you go. There you go. Well, I don't know if I'm there. I still might think of it might be either a change another way or at least a retain. But yeah,
Right.
Carmen for the win. Thea's back. Who you got for this match? Who you got? Who you got?
Oh, Tia, the minute I just, the way they kind of brought her back and kind of the reaction she got, I'm going to go Thea. Yeah, I think Thea's good here. I haven't really got into Carmen.
Well, it's been a while since anyone's gotten into Karma, but
welcome back.
Welcome back. Bow to job. I'm taking Carmen with this. I think she's at least losing. I think Carmen wins this. Carmen's the only one that's lately kind of gotten a bit of build. Like NXT's starting to get a bitish of trying to push Carmen a bit.
Have they?
More than Thea, I can fucking tell you that.
Not back, bro. Like, I mean, that's a given. But I don't know what they, other than Carmen is now, Adonis's girlfriend. I mean,
she's had the little square ups and everything like that. I think at least I think it's because of just Thea's been so off of our TV that I don't know if she springs right back into it to sit there, and she's not winning the match at Stand and Deliver. So we're going to spring her back into a match she's already going to lose.
I mean, I never
don't you dare. Don't you dare.
This is a girl who did fight for the world title once upon a time.
The fucking muscle squirrel.
The muscle squirrel. I love it. Thea we should tag her in that exact thing. They got new music and presentation. She's winning. Thea getting the dub.
We're just glad to see she's alive and well. We still don't even know it's not, where Miles Bourne is.
Mm-hmm. Right. What show will be longer, Mania, both nights combined, or Dynasty? If we're just counting the main show, Mania is still going to etch it out a little bit, but Dynasty's not as far off as it should be.
It's a lot closer than it needs to be, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a tighter race than we expected.
It's a lot. It's like, the Usain Bolt being in a tight race with a fucking guy in a wheelchair. It don't work out right, but somehow we got there.
Right. No, I agree. Carmen is scheduled to be on Bloodsport tomorrow, which is huge for her. She's been there once before. And there I might pick her. Tonight I'm not.
Bigger than picker. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, backdrop from Thea. Yes, it's all about the showing she gives at Stand and Deliver next. She doesn't have to win.
Oh, nice move. Nice move.
I'm not. This is going to get misconstrued that I hate Thea Hale.
Taps her out.
Shut the fuck up. Literally, as I'm saying, this is going to get misconstrued that I hate Thea Hale as she gets the goddamn win.
You heard it here first, folks. Nick does not like squirrels.
I don't. Them fuckers be throwing walnuts and shit at my my back porch.
Right. Carmen lost quick. Yep. A solid match. Not a really exciting short match. Solid within the, from bell to bell. And I like that Kimura finish. Marva's Squirrel Girl.
Well, she's out there. She's had that little like unhinged bit because she's out there. The kid. Kamate. Oh, she's out there hacking that shit.
It's the ongoing confusion between Miles Bourne and Riley Osborne continues.
God damn it, shut up.
We're doing the pan around. Zarya and Soul. Thea. Izzy. KJ. And Lola. Stacked. Let's go. I might pick Thea Hale. I swear to God.
Don't you do that because I'll change my pick. I know for a fact we're getting a Soul Snatcher off a ladder.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why not? Even if she just pops off like this, the one of the bottom three rungs, right? Just to get that pop. But yeah, I think she's going to do it from as high as she can figure it out.
Right. So we're ending this with the face off of Trick, Javon, and Oba.
Right. I will take a second to remind everybody we are back tomorrow. We start at 7 p.m. That's right, 7 p.m. Click the little bell so you don't miss us. But we are back. Me and Nick will be here for the ID Tournament Championship brought to you by GCW for the WWE ID first ever champions, male and female. This tournament's going to be fun to watch. We are covering that, and we are also going to be here for Dynamite Spring Breakthrough, the haha, the FU to Eric Bischoff for so many. But the flex and the fun, we will be here. And I will be honest, Dynamite is stacked on paper.
Oh, 100%. I was going to ask first, who's the flex and who's the fun? I think you might be the flex. I might be the fun. I don't know. It could go either way.
That could go either way, actually.
Exactly. But yeah, we're getting Ospreay versus Takeshita, Hangman versus TBD, which some people have kind of summarized maybe Jack Perry and everything.
Right.
And then we've still got Mercedes versus Athena. We've still got the Hurt Syndicate versus the Gates of Agony. I did find it interesting that they're not doing the Garden with this show when they came back to Boston, which might not be a bad thing, but interessante.
Right. Well, the last time I think it's the last time they were in Boston, it didn't go as planned. It wasn't as big as they were hoping and blah, blah, blah. But listen, they're doing this 2-night event because of, being preempted. So it'll be interesting. I mean, a Wednesday, Thursday, back-to-back AEW shows. It will be up to Tony to kind of deliver. And at least, like I said, on paper, a lot of fun. Do you feel like Mercedes Athena is a dream match?
Yes. I'm mad that we're getting this now because I feel like I know where this is going to go now, and I hope it goes a different way. Hopefully the second time. Early spoiler alert, yes, I will be here because we're doing 2 shows, all that. Of course, it's WrestleMania week. Gotta be here.
Right.
Gotta be with the homie. But I think Mercedes wins the first show off. And then hopefully, granted, unfortunately, it's almost taken 2 years to get to this fucking match. But that we get a roundabout way. And I hope that they reverse it and we get an Athena win here. Athena needs a win in this. And I don't know if they're going to give it to her, say it's in the Owen, and it's because then it's not for a title, it's for a title shot type of thing.
Okay. I think there is that. Will Athena win? Again, it's just why would this not be the final of this tournament? Like, if you are going to give us quote unquote dream match, why now? That's my only question. Like, you see the reaction from the fans. I mean, so to do it in the second round of the tournament's a little strange to me. For whatever reason, it's a cool match. I don't know if I dreamt about it very much, though. Like, I just never felt like this is a dream match, but it should be good.
I think they've built it up of like, we've wanted Athena on actual Dynamite and everything for the longest time. I've been an Ember Moon fan. Spoiler alert, I don't want to dead name her, but that's what she was before and everything, but been a fan of hers. And I agree with you. This shouldn't be the semifinal. This should be the final. It's also, I will say though, that I like with the men's Owens, that say if we didn't get this convoluted Bucks Death Riders thing, we could have had Ospreay versus Hangman in the finals, and that's the one that decides to take on Swerve at All In. It's almost like it's paint by numbers, and they're just fucking colorblind with this shit.
Right. Guys, here comes Trick. Crowd
pull your hat down, sir.
Yeah, I got that one. This one, do you think they introduce a 4th member of the family at Stand and Deliver? It's possible. Don't know who, but there could be a definite issue for the family and Tony D come Stand and Deliver for sure.
I just instantly went to female instead of male for some reason. I don't know why. My brain like forced male and everything. I went female. They bring in Ariana Grace there. They bring in Santino's daughter of Santino's the Milan Miracle and all of that. So even though we know he's Canadian, maybe you make that cross continental connection.
Maybe as Trick cutting a promo as we speak. Not a dream match. Maybe it wasn't. And like, I don't know why. Maybe because Athena's been so out of the viewpoint, like the direct viewpoint.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think Athena, I didn't love her as Athena. I like her better as Ember Moon. And I think she found herself in Ring of Honor. So give credit where credit is due. They gave her a chance to kind of find herself. And she's been one of the brightest spots about Ring of Honor since it returned. I think ultimately, if this is just Athena, like just another notch on Monet's bedpost, I'm going to be a little disappointed. I will be, but we'll see what they do.
Every morning there's a
Halo.
hanging from the corner. No, would you say Athena's a fumble? I honestly, at this point, would say she's a fumble.
Yeah, she's like stranding with the bases loaded.
What she's done and everything with Ring of Honor, and again, she's doing everything essentially that Ember Moon was doing, just with a little bit more freedom and a little bit more unrestraint. Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, I think I just like we talked about it a lot, Nick. Like every other Ring of Honor champion appeared on AEW television. The world champion wouldn't fuck off. Finally, enjoy your tour. But like the ROH tag champs, like everybody was popping up on Dynamite except her. It was almost like I don't know if they were protecting her, shielding her, not
scared. They were scared.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what kind of maybe this is like the compromise of like, well, I don't want her to make me look bad, but I'm telling you right now, if that Mercedes Athena match doesn't bang, nobody's blaming Athena.
Oh, 100%. Well, and it's going to be funny because it's going to be in Boston too. Not only am I going to face you, I'm going to face you on my home turf.
But Athena taking an L out of the gate like this would be stupid.
Well, I can see it because it would be the one that's not for a title, as we got Oba and Trick having a promo back and forth. If I like William saying Comarato as the new Tony member, yeah, Comarato.
Sick, especially because Stacks is a smaller guy. Comarato would be Comarato solo.
Yeah, well, and he goes against your Nico Vance right there.
Yeah,
that's your heavy on heavy.
Camarato's a guy that I was surprised you could like. He was huge.
He was always, to me, he was Mason Ryan, of like looked like a brick shit house, looked like he should be the bee's knees and just couldn't figure it out.
Right? Shut your ass up, says Javon. I like Javon's hoodie.
Yeah, it almost looks like you're wearing it just in t-shirt form.
Right? I'm like, I love silly shit like that, like a graphic shit like that. So let's go.
Gee, the guy who does all of our graphics likes graphic shit. Color me shocked.
I like colors.
I like color. I like the rainbow.
When was the last time anyone has sincerely cared about Ring of Honor? It hurts my heart, MDB. It really does, because I'm such a big Ring of Honor fan. And to see it not live up to the promise that it was given, it sucks.
Can I say something, and I don't want to sound intolerant or anything like that? When Jay Briscoe passed, people stopped giving a fuck about Ring of Honor.
Right
around that time that's when you got like the last kind of, you had already just had kind of your last FTR Briscoe's match. That's when Jericho was your Ring of Honor world champ. That's when people stopped kind of giving a fuck about Ring of Honor.
Well, you stuck it behind a paywall and you made it, Ring of Honor dark. It sucks.
Right. KJ is currently wearing a gray graphic hoodie while just t-shirt. Like I said, life imitating art. Yeah,
we are real. We are authentic.
We even wear what the wrestlers are wearing. Right. We don't even mean to do it. We just know they hit us up. Hey, I'm gonna wear this tonight. Put this on.
I do what I say and I say what I do.
And I be what I am. I am what I am. And that's all that I am.
But Javon, again, come a long way in a quick amount of time here, little Javon.
Every time I look at Javon now, just because I'm so used to like the NFL draft shit, I just keep seeing Travis Hunter. I'm like, you're the same guy.
I like this. Roxanne
looks like a goddamn Street Fighter boss. Like, if they're gonna do a Street Fighter movie, fucking douse him ass.
They're booing him. They're booing him. Is he because he's doing Roll Tide?
Well, I think it's just because Oma's over. Oma is the fucking wave here of Trick versus Javon. You can get over of Tricks become Carmelo and all of that. Oma's the outlier here. Oma is above and beyond both of these men combined.
Well, that means, but I'm finding it interesting, like when this rumor about is there another member of Dark State, and now all of a sudden Javon's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder and being a little more aggressive.
Hey, with your chest, act like you're grown.
Right? Looking like
Do we have a problem? He's out there smoking. Shut your ass up.
Evan's promo sucks ass. Oh,
well, I see Alexis mention of could it be of, I guess he was mentioning, Alabama in Florida, not exactly safe territory.
No, that's what I was thinking. I think he was shouting out Roll Tide. That's what I mean. He's being a little more heelish here. But this whole segment's a little rough.
Well, it feels like the match that we had before this should have ended the show. Like, this feels like this is now just, what are you doing here? Go home. The show's over. It's a little that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You are a child.
Don't say that
with so much conviction.
What?
No, he just said that with so much conviction. Right. You are a child.
Oba says it in a way that makes you feel like you are whatever he accused you of being.
Yeah, all right, Dad, I'll clean up my room. Fuck.
Right?
That's how I'm going to respond to everyone on Twitter right now. Just, you are, as they both just bitch, get the hell out. Well, this is current world champ and former world champ saying, bitch, shut your young ass up.
They just chucked young OG out of the ring. He's back. Chucked again.
Back and you get shucked again.
Oh, shit. Yo, he went down hard. Javon getting that EO treatment. Look.
Oh, the double springboard cutter. He knows how to give it, not how to take it.
Look. Javon clears the deck.
Yeah, but my guy, I've said this. You go over on the go home. He who goes over on the go home loses at the pay-per-view.
Right. Nice cutter. I liked it. Nice. We were just saying, they just tossing this boy, and he jumps right back into it and clipped. That was wicked.
Well, it's again, Javon's very much elevated himself from being on level up to world title, stand and deliver.
Right. Yeah, Javon's not winning. They're just, I mean, he is the longest.
The pin boy. He's the pin boy.
Well, yeah, but he is the longest shot here. So on the go home show, you let him stand tall because you're like, oh shit, maybe, even though we know it's probably coming down to the other two. It's, it's well done. Well done. As we go,
you let him stand tall on the go home because he's going to come up short on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, $100. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of NXT tonight. That is the show. That's how it went. How did you like it? How did you feel? Give us a rating out of 10. Let us know, as it was a crazy one here tonight. I liked it a lot. I really had a lot of fun with this one.
Better, and I will say this, and I know the last segment was really kind of carried raw. What? Better go home show tonight or Raw?
That's what.
Shut up, you.
It was. I enjoyed the 2 hours here a little bit better than the 2 hours there, even though I liked Raw more than some. I liked it less than you, actually.
Yeah, exactly. You shut your whore mouth. I liked Raw more than you. But no, I think tonight had the advantage of tonight really rounded out the whole stand and deliver card. We went in, think about it. We went into the predictions. We had 3 concrete matches to talk about. Everything else was circumstantial. And we went from 3 and left with 8. We had 5 matches essentially confirmed added tonight. So that's going to round out. That's going to solidify. And I will say, just even beyond that, Raw's go home show was it was a thing. The ending segment was great.
I thought it was good, not great. But tonight, I mean, even the let's say, like, I know we get the build for Stand and Deliver tonight. Like Richard says, 8. But I mean, the matches themselves were quality. I mean, across the board, that gauntlet match was exciting. It was fun. Every little bit of every stage of that cooked. Hank and Tank with a surprise win for my money. I think I thought both Carmen's match was a little slow.
Did everything get awkward when the cop showed up? I think the cop showed up and made everything awkward.
The parking lot brawl was not my favorite part of the show. That, you lose a point for kind of not in a parking lot. The cops show up, but they didn't really, just their lights did. The Dark State got run off a little too easy for my money. But ultimately, I think I'm with Richard on 8 out of 10 tonight.
Fair enough. Although, Christ, now you've really forced my hand of how you pointed out if I gave Raw even a higher score, and I said this was better than Raw. For the love of Hank and Tank, I'll give it a 9. I will go full bore 9. Well, and even that, you got at least got a point detracted of you got the cops showing up and saying you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Right. They were handing out loitering citations more than they were trying to arrest anybody with that shit. And I feel like that kind of dragging along a little bit. But we really got the rounding out of Stand and Deliver with this. So this did fully affect what it was supposed to do as a go home. So I'll say 9.
Yeah, okay. Nick giving out points like Tony gives out money. I think NXT was a better going. You're not wrong though. For all the reasons.
No. I was almost going to mention a Seth quote, but we can talk about that maybe another night. We can talk about that tomorrow.
We got tomorrow. It's hard to imagine a scenario of Javon pinning Oba or Trick again, unless I mean, if you're going to, I think pin Trick with Javon, I don't think Trick pins Oba. You're going to need. Like Dark State has to be a thing if that's the only hope you got.
Yeah, you would really need a state of affairs for Javon to pin Trick, and that's what it would need to be. It would be Javon pins Trick. Oba does not eat a pin in this. If Oba loses, Oba does not eat a pin unless he's like, you've got a Brock Lesnar bury the fucking table on him type of shit.
Absolutely. 8 out of 10, better than Raw last night. So I think we agree on that. 8.5, 7.5 out of 10 knee pads. 0, no Trish. I mean, in all fairness, there was like 19 other women on that show. 8 out of 10 says Theater. He's very loyal. I appreciate that. Stand and Deliver is going to kill WrestleMania. Give it an 8. There you go. I think, yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, kill WrestleMania.
Well, that'll be a thing that we can have come Monday instead of come Tuesday, Von Wagner. But come Monday, we can talk about which out of Stand and Deliver or WrestleMania, either night, were like which one was the best out of the three.
Fair enough. I mean, my recommendation going into this is don't expect anything to kill anything else. Just enjoy it all. Enjoy it. Take it all in. 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Happy National Anime Day. Jesus Christ. We got a day for everything. Stand and Deliver will be better than Mania Night 1 and Night 2. Richard, we'll see. I hope not. But we'll see. We'll see. 8 out of 10. I agree. 8 out of 10. Thank you, brother.
Well, and I would ask to clarify that you said I hope not in the sense of you don't want it to be bad, but that you hope that WrestleMania is clearly above and beyond that. Okay.
Yeah, like I want NXT to cook, and then I want night 1 to be amazing, and I want night 2 to be even better. That's a perfect world.
Simmer saute, night 2 flambe.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's go. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The brawl and the video packages were good. The gauntlet was fun. The fatal 4-way cooked. Yeah, I mean, the brawl was fun. It was just a little hokey. The last 25 minutes of NXT weren't good. I wouldn't agree with that, Richard. I enjoyed the last 25 minutes.
I'd say the last 10 weren't great, but
whatever the main event segment was probably about 7 minutes. That to me, other than Javon getting the cutters, was a little meh.
It did what it needed to do, but with everything that happened, it felt like an overrun, even though it wasn't an overrun.
Yeah, kind of right. 8.5 out of 10. WFU for Life, Wrestling for Life Network. The God, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I think you covered it best, Nick. Rounds out the pay-per-view, gives you a great vibe going into the weekend. Even Roxy and Cora find their way onto the card. And keep in mind, like the winner of that match on the Tuesday after Stand and Deliver will go against whoever the world tag team champs are. So it could be Roxy Cora versus Liv and Raquel, or who are they fighting?
Gotta be Lash and Jackson. Lash and Jackson.
Right. You never know. You never know. Lash and Jackson would be a good bet too. But overall, when you look through this list, Stand and Deliver looks great. And I thought tonight was fun. A lot of good energy. The 3 main event guys, not the most convincing talkers, but not bad.
I like that we're in night 2 out of 7, and that it's been a constant escalation in everything of across the board of give or take what you feel about Monday Night Raw. NXT, I feel, was a bit better. I can't wait to see what spring breakthrough and everything is. And like, we're just constantly, the snowball's rolling. We're rolling downhill. Let's see how much speed we can pick up here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, I think what NXT really did for me tonight, better than Raw, was I felt it was more fun. There was more energy to the stuff they did between the building stuff. So I digress. I will remind everybody, we have a jam-packed week still. Tomorrow, 2 shows live, 7 p.m. Thursday, the mega stream, the mega stream. 4 shows, 2 hosts, 1 live stream altogether. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be chaos. And actually 3 hosts, I lied. Friday, SmackDown, and of course, WrestleMania, over 20 hours live this weekend. It's going to be insane, folks. We're rolling through it, getting closer and closer and closer. Follow us on all our socials. Be a friend, tell a friend. We want to blow these streams up and continue to watch this climb. Nick, fun night.
Hank and Tank won.
That's all that matters. That's
exactly. That's already a 9 out of 10 in my books.
You're
lucky that I didn't give it an 11 out of 10. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you want to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. We're rolling. Let's go. Good night.